So with the latest One Piece TCG set, OP16, right around the corner, Bandai has finally revealed the SPs that are going to be in this set, and some people are not happy about it. But we're going to do a deep dive into what's going on with the community right now. We're also going to be looking at a couple of extra cards that they just revealed that look amazing, by the way, and I'm going to give you my thoughts about this set as well. So if that all sounds good to you, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Click the link down in the description below if you want 10% off your Gamer Subs order. You know what we're talking about here. Use code Theory or Papa. Get your Gamer Subs today. All right, without any further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so first of all, people are not happy about the SPs that have been revealed in this set, and we're going to look into that now in a second, but let's just remind ourselves of what cards we're going to find in this set. OP16, which is basically like a Paramount War related set, similar to OP02, is going to have 3 manga cards with the Admirals, and I don't think we've had just three manga chase cards in a set since OP05. Could be mistaken on that. I'm going to have to look at that again. But we've only really gotten a small glimpse at the cards that are going to be in this set. We've seen how the leaders look super cool, you know, and obviously people are speculating how this is going to look for the meta and stuff like that as well. However, guys, let's take a look at the SPs to just get that out of the way first. So, guys, here we are. We have these gorgeous looking SPs that a lot of people are not very happy about, and I'll tell you why in a second. So we've got Ace, Tashigi, Cavendish, Katakuri, an OG-looking Robin, and my man Kuma, okay, from Egghead. And if you know what we're talking about, you know what we're talking about, okay? That scene just hits, man. Fantastic card. But guys, listen, out of all the SPs, this will obviously be the Grail. I love this GIF here. This is exactly how the community is going to react to this. But I want to talk more about why people are complaining about these SPs. And after that, I'll show you another really awesome card that I'm really excited for. So essentially, people aren't really pleased about these cards because they're saying they lack substance as SPs. Now, I want to remind you all that we have been blessed by Bandai with an incredible array of different types of SPs. We've got these incredible abstract backgrounds. We've got the gold and silver SPs that are super awesome. We've got the gold leader cards. We've got these like full art textured gold trim SPs. I mean, like, you know where I'm going with this. We have been blessed with a beautiful array of different types of SPs. However, people are complaining because they're like, oh, these are just close-up shots, you know, whatever. They lack substance. They look all right. But I also want to remind you that this is a continuation from the SPs we saw in Kingdoms of Intrigue OP04. That's right. You all remember this beautiful boa. This card has been super expensive for a long time, and it's very clear when you take a closer look that this is an extension to these SPs. Now, obviously, you're going to find people being critical wherever you look, but I'm actually quite excited for these SPs. I think these are beautiful. I think they're fantastic looking, and I'm really happy they threw Cavendish and Kuma and Katakuri in there. I feel like those 3 characters in general have not been given enough attention in the One Piece TCG in terms of like having nice cards. I mean, we see Ace, we see Tashigi all the freaking time, and I mean, listen, I love Robin, not even complaining about that, but it's nice to see we're getting some variations from these characters, from, of course, Whole Cake, Egghead, and Dressrosa as well. So really exciting stuff. And guys, you bet your ass this is going to be the most expensive one. Now, will it beat the Boa SP? That's going to be an interesting take. I do actually think because of how old this set is, the Boa will always kind of be ahead, but who knows, you know, the market could change. People could just decide this is going to be the chase, and I don't blame them, okay? And while we're on this talk about the Kingdoms of Intrigue cards here, I just want to quickly remind you guys how beautiful these cards look. I mean, let's look at the Sakazuki one. I mean, like, these cards are fantastic, guys. I'm personally trying to collect the set here. I mean, that Boa's gone down, so who knows? And the other thing, too, I like about these sets is that, like, you wouldn't really suspect to see a Magellan in this situation. I feel like Magellan is in the same category as the Katakuri and the Cavendish and Kuma. You know, Whitebeard's obviously up there as well. We had a Law in the other thing, but, you know, and same with Sakazuki as well. But, guys, make no mistake, these are super fantastic SPs. I really don't understand what the hate is all about, and I do think they're going to be quite expensive when these cards come out. I mean, let's be really honest here. Now, other people have been also talking about how, you know, there are these beautiful background-esque portrait cards that kind of just completely outpace the look of these cards as well, but I, again, disagree because I think these serve as their own thing. It's also, again, continue on to a collection, so there's just, you know, I just think no matter what, people are going to complain about certain things, and you know what? That's fine. Not not everybody is going to like the SPs that we see here. Not everyone jives with this, you know what I mean? As hard as that is to believe, not everyone is going to jive with these cards, but anyways, I digress. Let's continue on, guys. So we're also getting a manga event card. We're getting Blackbeard himself, and honestly, this is a super sick-looking manga event card. It's cool to see we're getting a character shot in here for once. Obviously, there is a close-up of Teach as well, but, you know, as you know, a lot of the manga event cards have just been kind of like attacks and stuff like that, so it's interesting to see them kind of like move a little bit from that and start kind of just showing moments from the manga as well, which is super nice. But guys, seriously, I really think this set is proving to be a great looking set. OP16, I gotta say, I'm very impressed. The Admirals alone make me want to just blow a ton of money on this set, and the leader cards look fantastic too. I mean, we've got an awesome array of things going on here, and I just really like how Bandai steps up their game every set and really puts emphasis and focus on the arc that this is based off of. You know, Marineford was such an incredible pinnacle moment in the One Piece story and should not be overlooked. I would argue Marineford is the middle of the story, and as you know, we're soon approaching the end. So guys, you know, I really do think this is going to be a great set. Now, let's talk price speculation a little bit. You know, obviously we talk a lot about investing, collecting, all that sort of stuff. And I really do think OP16 is standing on its legs. I really do think this set is going to be fantastic. Although OP02 is an older set and not going to criticize those sets at all because they had first mover advantage in the TCG, it is hard to ignore the fact that as every set comes out, Bandai is introducing newer and newer things as well. And I will admit, when I was in the drive-thru to get coffee this morning and I saw the new SPs, my dopamine activated and I immediately was ready to blow $2,000 on cards from this set. So that's also a problem. Remember, a little bit of this is gambling too, right? So obviously you want to make sure you have a plan, a strategy, but you gotta have fun, you gotta enjoy yourself. I think OP16 is going to be a great set, and I do think it'll be worth holding on to down the road. You know, it is gonna be interesting though to see how things progress as time goes on, because I'm hearing through the grapevine that OP17, which as you know is going to be a big set, apparently there's talks that there might be a Kaido and a Big Mom manga card in there. There's talks of a brand new type of SP and other chase cards. Like it sounds like OP17 is going to be absolutely insane. But we talked actually about this when OP14 came out, because we were looking at the future, we were looking at 2016, and we knew that with the hype of OP13, people were going to get burnt out, it was going to crash down a little bit, which it did. Well, not too much of a crash, but we knew that OP14, OP15, and OP16 were basically going to be in the shadow of OP17. But just like the Thursday before the weekend, I think OP16 is still going to be a pretty awesome set. Now, doing a little bit of price speculation on the SPs as well, I can see these cards being above $500 USD. Robin is obviously going to be on the upper end, and I do think Tashigi will probably be on the lowest end. Cavendish and Katakuri will probably be right below Robin. I think we've got a lot of Ace cards, so maybe Ace hovers in the middle. I do unfortunately think Kuma is not going to be as high. He'll probably be right above Tashigi. I could be mistaken, but I do think because not a lot of people are caught up to Egghead or just simply don't care that much for Kuma, I think Kuma will be kind of on the lower end of the SPs. But overall, guys, I do think these are going to be really nice cards. Very sought after cards as well. And, I do think this manga event card here, I could see this being like 200. I mean, it's gold looking too, which I think may add this psychological kind of thing to it as well. It's like, oh, it's a gold looking card, it looks fantastic, and it does. But if I were to guess, I'd say this card's probably gonna be like $200. I can't see this being too expensive. Now, looking at the Admirals, I think because the Admirals are basically like the first set of manga cards where it feels like all three of them need to be together, you know what I mean? Like imagine having all three of these in your collection exactly as this. I mean, it'd be absolutely pinnacle, okay, for your collection and stuff like that. But I would say these cards are probably going to be a little more expensive than the Enel. The Enel manga card has slowly kind of gone down a bit, which was a little shocking. People were telling me that card was going to go down to like 800-900, which I totally never believed. And I do think as time goes on, it'll start to collect its value again. But if I were to guess, I'm going to say the Kizaru or Barcelino is probably going to be the most expensive. Kyuzan will probably be below that, and then, of course, Akainu or Sakazuki will probably be the least expensive. Nobody likes this guy. Let's be honest. But I'm gonna say it's gonna be above $1,500 for each of these guys. Definitely can't see being past $2,200, but we'll have to wait and see. Long term though, I do think this set is fantastic. I do think it's going to be a great set to hold. And again, you know, I really want to highlight the leader cards. I'm not super crazy about leader cards. Obviously the gold leader cards are an exception, stuff like that, and they do look nice, but traditionally leader cards don't really hold a whole lot of value. They're pretty much for the player base, so we have to remember that. But I really do like these leader cards in this set. They introduce a new vibe to the card game, and obviously the look of these cards too are fantastic. I can't show you video footage because I will get held for copyright, so you're gonna have to look it up yourself. But the texturing, the design is fantastic, and like the Luffy leader has all these like little swirl texturing patterns as well, which is, listen, for all my neurodivergent folks, all right, shout out. I'm sure you're appreciating this. But overall, guys, really excited for this set. Gonna be getting it. Going to be throwing some money at this set, as always. But remember, guys, last thing before the video ends. OP17 is around the corner, okay? And we know that OP17 is going to blast all of this out of the water, guys. So just approach this with caution. Make sure you have a budget and enjoy yourselves, okay? Anyways, guys, thank you for watching the video. I hope this did provide some fun insight. A video should pop up on the screen. Be sure to click it, and I will see you over there.